What's up, boys? This is Contango coming at you from Waterloo, Ontario, Canada. And today we are doing Japan Turn 4. So this is the game I'm playing against Corporal Clegg and Piloto of G40 Alt Universe. And I'll do a little flyover of the map so you can see how we start off this turn. So it's Japan's turn. Lots of moves to be made. Some battles. I don't know if they're the biggest of battles, but some battles to be done. So I'll go ahead with that in a minute. See, the UK brought a fleet down here, encroaching on Japan. They just have one transport, but Italy has a lot of ships. UK is vacated over here. Russia backed off from that German city last turn. A lot of German units here, going towards London, if you want to call it that. Massive fleet right here. UK and US fleet in the same spot. Yeah, so that's how we sit at the start of the turn. I'll also give you a little quick view of the board. So still Axis have 9 cities, Allies 13, and you can see the cash on hand there. So let's go ahead and get started with the turn. First things first is the purchases. Japan had 75 IPCs to spend, so they are buying 3 fighters, 3 infantry, 3 mechanized infantry, and 2 minor industrial complexes for 75. So let me just pause it here and get my camera in my tripod. Okay, so before anything else, what I didn't mention before was Piloto had missed a convoy raid on his turn when he was doing the Russians up there, that German sub. So that's why there's 4 IPCs right here, because that's the maximum they could possibly take. So let's quick roll that out before we go ahead with the Japanese movement. I think the Russians had collected 55 IPCs, so that's two dice. And they're going to lose 3. So, so they had collected 55, so we're going to take 3 away from that. So they'll be at 52. All right. So for Japanese combat moves, let's start off over here. So all these units from J5 are going into C22. That's 5 infantry and 1 artillery. And then these 2 mechanized infantry from J6 are going to go 1, 2 into C16. They're going to be joined by 1 infantry from J1. Also, 1 fighter from J2 is going to go 1, 2. So it'll have 2 movement remaining. Okay, meanwhile, here in the north, we've got from IN-13, this tank and mechanized infantry are going to go through F7 into US-21. They're going to be joined by this fighter. So it's going to go 1, 2 and have 2 movement remaining. The bomber from J9 is also going to come along. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'll have 2 movement remaining. Then we've got a tactical bomber and a fighter from J2. Going to join in on that. 1, 2, 3. So they'll have 1 movement remaining. Okay. Also, this tank from J1 is going to blitz C12 and head into IN-13. What else have we got here? So all of these infantry in J14 are going to load up onto the 5 transports here. So that's 10 infantry on 5 transports. Get this a little closer to where we're going. All right, so the 5 transports are going to go 1, 2, 3 into C Zone 79 and drop all 10 of those infantry in UK 18. We're also going to have, there's 2 transports in C Zone 80. One of them is going to pick up an infantry and an artillery and go to the same place, UK 18. The remaining one is just going to come one space with the other infantry and drop in UK 17. Okay, I think that's everything on this side of the board. Actually, you know what? There's one more thing. So this bomber is going to go off the edge of the map from F-22. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3 into UK 19, looks like. I'll have 3 movement left. This infantry from F-11 is going to join. Also the tank and the mechanized infantry from F-13 are going to join. So 3 ground units and a bomber. Then these 2 infantry from F-13, one is going to go into F-16, one is going to go into F-15. Whoops, if you can see that. So I think that's it for our combat moves. So we've got 1 combat here that we need to roll for, 1 here in C-16, and then the 1 in US-21. All right, let me just pause here, make sure that I didn't miss anything. Okay, I think we're good. Actually, let me get rid of some of these red arrows since we don't need those anymore. Okay, so I think we're good. So let's go ahead with the battles that we need to roll out. What do we want to do first here? Okay, let's do C-16. So we've got 3 infantry and a fighter against 1 infantry. Sorry. Okay. So 3 infantry and 1 fighter. And we missed. And the defending infantry missed. Yeah, let's keep going. I'd considered just retreating from this. So we got a hit. And the defender missed. Okay. So Chinese infantry is gone. Okay, so let's do up here next. So this is going to be 1 infantry and a tank, 2 fighters, tactical bomber, and a regular bomber versus 3 infantry. All right, so we got infantry, a tank, and 2 fighters, a tactical bomber, and a regular bomber. All right, 5 hits. So we cleared out the Americans. Let's see what they get in return. 3, right? Yeah, 3. Okay. And they get nothing. So Japan is happy with that. So these 3 American infantry are gone. Okay, and the last battle with dice rolls is down here. So we've got an infantry, a mechanized infantry, a tank, and a bomber against an infantry and an artillery. Okay, so 2 infantry, not paired. We've got a tank and a bomber. Yep. So we got 1 hit. So we'll remove the, I guess you can't really see this at the moment, but remove the UK infantry. And then roll for the defenders. And no hits. So we'll go again. 2 infantry, a tank, and a bomber. And we got a hit. And the defending artillery missed. Alright, so that's great for Japan. I don't think the Allies got a single hit in all of those rolls. So sorry about that. Alright, so let's go ahead with non-combat moves. While we're here, these 4 infantry and 3 artillery from F-13 are going to F-12. The bomber that was in UK-19 is going to go to F-13. Am I good with that? I think so. Okay. You know, let's handle the income while we're at it. Okay, so this is going to be 1, 2 off of France and on to Japan. So France I have sitting at 6 right now. Okay, we have from the UK, this is going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4. So Japan to 53. UK to 30. From China, 1, 2, and 3. Where's China? China down to 20. And for US 21. Japan to 57 and US to 57. I think that's it for the income. Okay. So back to non-combat moves. We are going to have, you know what? Here we go. Okay. This 1 artillery from J6 is moving to J5. The remaining 4 infantry and 1 artillery are staying there in J6. This fighter that was in C16 is going to go 1, 2 back to the city, whatever territory this is, in J9. Okay, up here, 2 infantry, 1 artillery, and 1 AA gun are going into F7 from IN13. This tank blitzed into here. The 1 infantry is going to stay. Then we're going to have these 4 AA guns and 6 infantry from J2 head into IN13. Then these 3 mechanized infantry from J9 are going to go 1 and 2 into IN13. Okay, so we've got a fighter and a tactical bomber with only 1 movement remaining from US 21. They're going to go into F7. The fighter with 2 movement remaining is going to go 1, 2 into IN13. The bomber with 2 remaining is also going to go into IN-13. Destroyer from 92 is going to go into 91. The sub from 90 is going to go into 91. And the 2 infantry from J13 are going to go into J14. All right, now over here, it's going to get a little complicated maybe. So the battleship, 1 battleship and 1 cruiser from 80 are going to go into 79 with the transports. Hang on, let me pause for 1 minute. Okay, I think that's fine. Okay, the rest of this fleet, including this fighter, is going to go off the edge of the map. So let me pause it here for a second and we'll move them over. Okay, so they are over here now. And they are going to be joined by 3 from F-22, 3 fighters and 2 tactical bombers. All right, let me pause it for a second. All right, it's not the cleanest, but they're there. All right, so we still have 4 planes here. So 2 tactical bombers are going to go to US-22. And then we have a fighter and a tactical bomber that are going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4 into UK-16. Also, still have this fighter and tactical bomber in J2 that didn't do anything this turn. They're also going into UK-16. And did we do this? Yeah, I think we talked about this before. Okay, so I think that's it. Let me just do a little review here. Okay, I'm going to make one minor adjustment here. There was 1 infantry in IN-13 that didn't do anything. It is also going to go into F7. Okay, let me get rid of all these green arrows and then we'll place our units. Okay, I realized I missed one other thing, which is these 2 infantry in J1 are going to J2. All right, so let's get our new units. So we'll start off with the 2 industrial complexes. One of them, I guess it's just on the screen there, one's going to J4 and one is going into IN-13. The 3 mechanized infantry are going into J9. 3 infantry into J14. And 3 fighters also into J14. Okay, let me just collect up the money here for a minute. All right, so I have Japan at 57, and then they have 2 national objectives, one for owning US-22, the island, and one for owning F-13 down here. And okay, so that puts them at 67. And I don't see any convoys for Japan. So I think we're good there. Okay, so let's just do a quick little flyby of the map, and then we'll recap the territories. So yeah, so up next will be Corporal Clegg. He's got the US, China, and then the UK. So we'll see what this massive fleet is going to get up to. So looking forward to that. All right, let's do the territories. So start off with the naval units. In 91, we have a destroyer and a sub. In 78, we have a transport. In 79, we have 6 transports, a battleship, and a cruiser. Over in 54, we have 3 aircraft carriers carrying 4 fighters and 2 tactical bombers, a battleship, a cruiser, 2 destroyers, and a sub. I think that's it for naval units. All right, down here on the French island, UK 19 has an infantry, a tank, and a mechanized infantry. F13 has a bomber, F16 1 infantry, F15 1 infantry, F12 has 4 infantry and 3 artillery. Down here, C22 has 5 infantry and 1 artillery. J5 has an artillery. J6 has 4 infantry and 1 artillery. C16 has 1 infantry and 2 mechanized infantry. J12 has an infantry. J14 has 5 infantry and 3 fighters. J9 has 3 mechanized infantry and 1 fighter. J2 has 2 infantry. Did I cover J12? J12 has 1 infantry. I can't remember. Okay, in IN13, we have 6 infantry, 4 artillery, a fighter, a bomber, 3 mechanized infantry, and a tank, plus the newly purchased factory. J4, also the other factory. In F7, we have 3 infantry, 1 artillery, 1 AA gun, 1 fighter, and 1 tactical bomber. In US 21, we have a tank and a mechanized infantry. In UK 16, we have 2 tactical bombers and 2 fighters. UK 17 has 1 infantry. UK 18 has 11 infantry and 1 artillery. US 22 has 2 tactical bombers. I think that's it. Give it one last look over. I don't think I missed anything. I think we're good. Yeah, so like I said, Corporal Clegg should be up next, so good luck to him, and I'll talk to you later.